Hello. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because it is going to be primarily about how, just kind of like an update, just in case my text posts, my community posts aren't really getting to anyone. Um, no one's seeing them or some shit. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I am actively playing this game. I'm not just narrating over gameplay. What the f- I hate this. How do I skip over this? Why can I not? Okay, so a little update, just in case my community posts or text post is not getting to anyone. Uh, Lately, as of recently, I've gotten a job, or I got a coffee place. It's a great job. I love it. Um, the only issues I'm struggling with mainly is that, trying to get the, whatchamacallit, I'm trying to get the Avowed Starfield video out as fast as I can. Not as fast as I can, I'm not trying to sacrifice quality, but I'm noticing an issue where I want to go start other projects, but the issue, probably the biggest issue is that even though I want to start other projects, I have this mentality where I want to fucking do one project at a time, like one step at a time. I'm not really someone who does multiple projects at once, and so that's causing me to not be able to get videos as much quickly. There's some videos I managed to get out. The Black Ops 3 video with me doing zombies, and there's another video that I did, Road to Netherite. I could do Road to Netherite and work on the Avowed video at the same time, but I was thinking of starting a playthrough of either Stray or Dispatch. Probably Dispatch first, because I don't ever see Stray pop up my Instagram reels as much as I do with Dispatch, and I want to get to both of them at some point. But there's also other things going on out as well that's making it pretty fucking hard to try and focus on things. First of all, my job, they have this like, I'm probably not even allowed to mention it, I'm gonna mention it anyway. They have this like section that acts like a fucking, like a e-learning class and stuff. It's kind of weird to teach your new trainees of how to like, you know, learn new recipes and stuff. I personally don't like it. It doesn't help me at all. I need to learn all the recipes to the coffees by actually doing it in person and not through this random e-school bullshit. But But yeah, that job, it's not tiring me out. What's been tiring me out lately is that I'm almost experiencing burnout. I say almost because I'm still not even entirely sure if I'm experiencing it. But I think I'm about to experience burnout. It's getting to a point where it's like I can't really tell right now, but at some point I'm probably gonna end up experiencing burnout. I'm seeing all these videos online lately that is talking about how college is basically a waste of time now. That going to it isn't going to guarantee you a career or whatever. And that has worried me a lot because now it's like, well, I have a scholarship that I at least need to spend it somewhere. And I can only spend it on college, so I might as well go somewhere. But it's like, now I got the other thing is like, the scholarship doesn't pay everything, it just pays the tuition. So it's like, if college right now is just not even worth going, then what do I do with that scholarship? I mean, I'll have it forever, but what do I do? And I have family who's constantly on my ass about I need to go to college now. Like during the years of my 20s, I need to go to college now. And everything, at least in America, whether it's propaganda or just the truth, everything here in America tells you you need to go to college now in your 20s. You can't wait till later, or else everything will occupy your time or whatever. It's like, I just don't. I know I want to be an accountant, but it's like, what happens if I go into being an accountant and then it being the wrong life path, you know? That's what's really stressing me out. Because, like, everyone keeps telling me this thing over and over. It's like, you don't really know what you want to do with your future. You will never know and you'll never be ready and stuff. And it's like, well, if I'll never be ready and I will never know, what's the point of fucking living? Seriously. I'm not even trying to be edgy here, genuinely. If I truly don't know, like if I actually don't know what I'm gonna do with my life and stuff, what's the point? If they tell you to prep and be ready for all this stuff, but then they tell you immediately afterwards that you will actually never be ready. It's like, okay, so what's the point then? Is there even a point? I don't know. It's just it's one of those thoughts that just kind of bothers me. It's kind of like in the background and shit. It's like I I f- I was so confident for a second about thinking that I know exactly what I want to do with life, and then I have people who just immediately tell me that nope, you're not ready. You can never technically be ready for anything. It's just like, but if I have the confidence for it, and then they tell me I'm delusional. It's like, I see other people have this confidence though. Are you calling them delusional? No, you're the only person that you're calling delusional right now is me. Why are you calling me that? Maybe it's because I'm around people who are just like who already gave up their lives. It doesn't help that my parents already gave up their lives. Like they never even graduated high school. They're a super bad influence, but they also have the fucking nerve to tell me that school is both worth it and also a waste of time. It's like, what the hell do you want me to do? Do you want me to go to college? Do you not want me to go to college? The amount of conflicting answers and stuff that I get from my family makes it so fucking hard to try and figure out what I want to do with my life. Like, what do you want me to do with my life? I have no idea. If you ask me what I want to do with my life, like independently, without what my parents think and shit, or whatever, what I want to do with my life, so I want to fucking go to college, and then get a job at somewhere that can be a remote job of some sorts, and then work there the rest of my life. I want a 9 to 5 job. Just want a simple job, and accounting is simple. At least to me it is. I understand it perfectly, pretty much. So yeah, that's been one of my big internal struggles lately. Then another one is trying to get videos out every week. I was originally going to make a Dishonored video about all the cruel things you can do in Dishonored, but then I sat and thought about it. I was like, I can't remember anything. Like I had the video idea and I could remember a lot of it. Like all the cool things you can do, and there was a lot. But then when it came to recording, everything that was in my mind just went blank. And then suddenly I can't remember it. With all the negative things out the way, I can also talk about some cool things as well. Here's some cool things that's happened lately. And that is the cool part of so Sparrow and I, my partner, we finished Outsiders SMP. Yippee! I think I already mentioned it in my Road to Netherite video, but we finished that. Now we're moving on to She-Ra, Princesses of Power, or Princess of Power, something like that. Which we're specifically watching the new one from 2018, Netflix original, something like that. Netflix remake. I don't know what you call it. It's Netflix, and it's unlike other Netflix's stuff. It's actually, you know, it's actually a finished product. It's not started and then they upset their fans by removing it immediately. It's actually a finished product. TP. I'm enjoying it so far. We're watching it through certain media, certain pieces of media and stuff. Um, the 7 Cs, you know, as per tradition. But yeah, then I'm still playing Doki Doki Literature Club for the first time. We finally, I'm not going to spoil anything, but we finally got to the parts where now I understand why they call it a psychological horror game. Because, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to say further after that. I feel like everyone already knows what the game's about anyway, but I'm not going to take that assumption completely because I don't want to spoil the game for someone who actually doesn't know anything about it. But if you don't know anything about it, go play it. It's not like what you expect it to be. Trust me. Also, actually don't play it if you are very sensitive to certain topics, because that game has a lot of topics that I am particularly not a fan of. Also recently I left a Discord server that I was a part of. I'm not a big fan of Discord servers. Never really been a big fan of mostly like the public ones usually. The private ones kind of go sometimes because kind of depends on who's running the server. Like my partner's Discord server, I'm staying there because it's a lot of fun and there's people who are there who it's not a super active server, but it can be active when it chooses to be, and that's probably one of the big things I like about it is that I'm not flooded with a constant of notifications and stuff. It's not dead either. People will go there when when the time's right or whatever. But there are other things though. There's a Discord server that I talked about in a previous video, but It's in a part series that I don't think a lot of people are watching, so I'll go ahead and mention it here. You know the website Your AI Slot Bores Me? Well, they have a Discord server. And I joined it a few weeks ago. And for the most part, people there are pretty cool, and it didn't seem like there's anything suspicious. Whenever I mean by suspicious, that if you ever watch one of those like video essays about how bad Discord is about certain things, that's what I mean by suspicious. Um, what made me leave that server in particular is if any new members kind of get like, I wouldn't say mistreated in a bad way. It's just kind of like that gives you the incentive of just leaving the server. Because if you weren't there from the beginning, no one's really going to talk to you. That's pretty much exactly what happened to me. So like I joined the server, everybody's pretty chill. I'm getting to learn who these people are and stuff. And they're not bad people. I mean, they're just people. But if there's anything bad I would have to mention, it's just that same thing that I mentioned before. If you weren't there from the start, no one's really going to talk with you. And that was pretty much what happened to me. And also, another thing as well is that, so they had a karaoke night. The karaoke night sounded fun. And you had to submit a Google form. And the Google form also mentioned that if your song wasn't accepted, they would tell you about it and tell you that you could replace it with a different song or, you know, just stay for the night to listen to everyone else sing and stuff. So, you know, with them mentioning that you could get the song replaced, I was hoping that, you know, everything would be fine. If my song that I submitted wasn't allowed, then, you know, I'd get a resubmission. But no, that was not the case. I submitted the song Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath, and just suddenly, whenever it comes to my turn, like after 10 people went, I wasn't allowed to, you know, sing my song. And I was so upset because they didn't even give me a fucking chance to change the song. They just said, yeah, we're going to skip right over you and we're going to go to the next person. At that night, I was already having a bad day. Like, come on, man. You could have given me a chance or whatever, but no, I guess not. I guess they're just going to be petty like that or something. I don't know. So yeah, I was pretty upset. So that gave me the incentive to just leave the server because fuck that. I wasn't going to deal with that. There was no reason to stay anyway, so like it was inevitable. Either I was gonna end up leaving on my own natural terms, or I was gonna end up leaving through an event, and that event just gave me the incentive to just leave. I think I've already mentioned pretty much everything. There's also another game I'm trying to finish that I'm not really recording for, but just trying to finish in my own accord. Because there's games I also want to complete in my free time without recording for them. Like Expedition 33, I don't want to record that. I want to play that myself. I want to experience it by myself. There's also another game I started recently, and you've probably definitely heard of it. It's called Half-Life. If you're Gen Alpha, you've probably definitely not heard of it, but if you're my generation or older, you definitely know what Half-Life is. I'm playing the first game, and it got to a point where it got pretty difficult, for me at least. So like, most of the gameplay is pretty good, right? It feels like Doom. But it got to a point where like the surface section, like the AI, the NPCs specifically, are like, they feel like aimbot now, and it got to a point where it got so difficult where it was like, okay, I guess they're using cheats now. And it's kind of the main reason why I'm kind of glad that I never recorded it, because I know for a fact that if I got to a game and I start playing it and like it gets difficult to the point that I feel like I have to cheat, then I'm probably end up not being able to finish that playthrough and stuff. And I'm careful with what games that I pick to play, because I don't want to pick a game that someone's excited to see my reactions towards, and then I either never finish it, or I just never get to, like, I don't know, complete it in a legit manner, you know? Now, I do want to talk about the Avowed Starfield video real quick. In the process, Starfield has the least amount of footage, and Avowed has the most amount of footage. I forgot how long of a game Avowed is. Avowed has caused me to... So I'm trying to sink as much time as I can to, like, complete the game, but also show off enough content and stuff for the video. I really don't know how to form a long-form video. I don't know how to put it together. This is my first time making a long project like this, a video essay, if you will. And the main point is still there. It's not the same as it was whenever I first started making the video, but the main point is still the fact of enjoying games that are either considered bad or underrated or whatever, something like that. I have a recording of myself talking about the main point that I have saved so that if I did forget the main point, I'd be able to recite that old video I have so that I can remember it. The Avowed Starfield, I already finished Starfield like a few weeks ago, and Avowed right now, I just got to the 3/4 section of the game. I'm almost done with it, but I'm so burnt out on RPGs at the current moment. I just don't feel motivated at the current moment. I don't think there is anything else to really say now. I'm just kind of here now. I hope you guys are having a great day or night, and I'll see you in the next video.